Welcome back everyone. Well guys, we finally made it to draft day, and the Lakers did in fact end up making a trade, though it did not involve the draft pick that many thought it would. Rather than trading their first round draft pick, which I guess could potentially happen yet, they traded their second round draft pick to move up a bit higher, and they did that by swapping the 47th overall pick for the 40th overall pick, along with sending cash to the Indiana Pacers. And while that might not seem like much, that could make a big difference in getting the player they want in the second round, and with it being another deep draft class, there is plenty of talent to be had here. Now, there is no way of knowing for sure who they are targeting here, but we're going to talk about who I think they maybe should be. And if you've been keeping up with my content, then you'll likely have a good idea of who I'm about to mention. Real quick before we get into it though, I would really appreciate it if you could take a brief moment to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. Without further ado though, let's dive right into it, and we'll begin by reviewing Julian Strawther. He is likely on the borderline of being a 30th and 40th overall draft pick, but if he would fall to 40, I believe he would be a great option for the Lakers. More likely than not, they are going to go with a high upside player at pick 17, aka a young player that will likely take a couple of years to develop. And knowing that, taking a more polished player at 40th would not be a bad idea, and Julian Strawther would fit that. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't have any more room to grow, but he's definitely closer to his ceiling compared to many others, which is not really a bad thing either. I believe he could come in and immediately make an impact as a 3-and-D wing guy. In my opinion, Strawther has one of, if not the purest shooting motion in the entire draft, and that often translates pretty well to the NBA. Not only that though, but his shooting production backs that up too. He shot 40.8% from 3 in over 5 attempts per game during his junior year, with many of them being of the catch and shoot variety. However, that's not to say he cannot create his own shot, because he definitely can. Julian Strawther can heat up in a hurry, and he showed that throughout the NCAA tournament. In addition to his offensive game though, he can definitely hold his own on defense. He might not ever become a lockdown defender, but he certainly could be a very good one. Between his size, athletic ability, and then his length, he's got everything you'd want in a 3-and-D guy. But now moving on to number 2, and here we have Keyontae Johnson. I liked him a bit more at 47th overall, but I would not mind taking him at 40th. Much like Julian Strawther, Keyontae Johnson is a very NBA ready kind of prospect. He can really provide value in every facet of the game, and especially when referring to offense, he is a very versatile offensive player. He can play either on or off the ball and do just fine either way. In fact, he might be the best backdoor cutter in the entire draft. If you actually take time to watch his film, you will find him constantly moving off the ball and making backdoor cuts, which would likely translate very well to playing with a guy like LeBron, and maybe even Chris Paul too. And despite him being only around 6'5", he plays a lot bigger due to his massive wingspan and sturdy frame. I mean, the guy's a 7-foot wingspan to go along with a 230+ pound frame. You would have a difficult time finding a more developed, better all-around player than Keyontae Johnson in the second round, and while he might not have star potential, I would call him a very safe pick. But now moving on to number 3, and here we have Amari Bailey, one of the very few true freshmen projected to go in round 2. There is a lot of untapped potential in Amari Bailey, and that's with him already showing good production. Even with him playing behind older guys like Jaime Jaquez and Tiger Campbell in college, he still managed to put up over 11 points, shoot nearly 50% from the field, about 39% from 3, and play great defense while doing it. But even more impressive is the fact that he got better during the NCAA tournament. He dropped 14 or more points in every single game, and he shot over 50% from the field while doing it. I really thought that would lead to him absolutely shooting up draft boards, but unfortunately for him it really has not, though that could benefit a team like the Lakers. I for one believe he would be a great value pick around 40th overall, which is right around where he is projected to be drafted at, and I would love that pick for the Lakers. With Amari Bailey, they would be getting a young but already productive combo guard that provides value on both ends of the court, and that's not something you can say about many second round prospects. In my opinion, Amari Bailey is going a bit overlooked, and with him not having played very far from them at UCLA, I would not be entirely shocked if the Lakers took him at 40th overall. But now moving on to prospect number 4, and here we have Tristan Bukov, another guy I've talked about before, and one who could be perfect for them around this draft range. Now, he might unfortunately go a bit before this, but if he doesn't, I would love for them to take a chance on him here. We're talking about a nearly 7'1" guy who plays more like a small forward on offense. And for real, try telling me you don't see a taller version of Michael Porter Jr. when watching him. Now, I know highlights can make anyone look good, but there is a lot to like about his potential. And I really don't think that he's that far away from contributing either. In fact, he likely already could on offense. He's proven to be a very good 3-point shooter, an efficient scorer around the rim, and then a lot quicker than you might think when he's running the court. The difficult part to predict will be his value on defense. He is more athletic than you might think, like I referred to before, but he still needs more development. I think it will be a learning curve for him when it comes to playing defense in the NBA, though that's not to say he can't become an average defender at the very least. I mean, he has more than enough height, length, and athletic ability to do it. It will simply take time for him to adjust to the speed of the NBA. Regardless though, I think there is a lot to like here with Tristan Bukov. Not only all of that though, but there are very few true 7-footers to like in this draft class. Now, you of course have Victor Wembanyama, but the Lakers won't get anywhere near him. And then after that, you basically have Derek Lively, who will likely get taken before pick 17 as well. And with all of that in mind, I think pick number 40 could be a good spot for them to explore finding a big man, and my favorite one would without a doubt be Tristan Bukov. If not him though, another interesting option here could be Mohamed Guy, a 6'11" power forward with plenty of untapped potential. And much like Bukov, he does not really play like a big on offense. He is more of a perimeter-oriented player compared to a low-post one, which is a very good thing for the modern NBA. And by purely looking at his shooting motion, you can tell that he could become a shooting threat, though he does have a ways to go in regard to 3-point shooting. I mean, I like the fact that he was not afraid to take them, but he failed to shoot above 30% in 2 years of college. He did shoot better from the mid-range area, but that 3-point shooting will be what NBA teams want from him. Maybe he can eventually get there, but it will likely take a year or two at the very least, and that is why he will likely not be taken in the first round. But between the upside he can offer on offense, the versatility he can offer on defense, and then the 3-point shooting potential, he could be an interesting option at 40th overall. With all of that being said though, what do you guys think? Following the Lakers acquiring the 40th overall draft pick, who would you like to see them go after here? Comment your thoughts down below. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to those of you who took the time to watch until the end of this video, and until the end of all of my videos in general. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.